Hey everybody. I know y'all ain't seen my face in a while. But I'm gonna let some of y'all come up in here before I get started because we already got a lot to talk about. I'm sure everybody knows what's going on right now, and I just wanted to put in my 2 cents. Um, I did pull some cards like before I started this video. I wasn't even planning on going live, but I didn't feel like going through the upload process of YouTube and all that stuff. But um, but yeah, so we'll go ahead and get it popping. Um, First and foremost, it's good to see y'all again, of course. Like I said, I know I've been MIA. I changed my email. I got a new email too. So if you do, I know some of y'all have been trying to get in contact with me too. Like, I've been away. Y'all know I stay away. But I made a new email only because my old email got flustered and cluttered with a whole bunch of other stuff that I didn't need. So I just decided to make another one really seriously, strictly devoted to um hey y'all. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Okay. So I made a new email specifically made for um my channel and everything. So it's shyjim524 at gmail. I'm probably gonna put it in the description. Um yeah, I'll answer your question. Just let me get my little message out. But I already know y'all know what's going on. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know I kind of just break down everything, with the coronavirus and things like that. First and foremost, if you know me, if you know my channel, you know I encourage you to be in your godhood. So if you are not in your godhood, you are worried. This is a test to test your crown chakra, okay? Because corona means crown, okay? I've had a lot of downloads during this time. I met other people, other random people who had the same mentality of where I was. And yeah, it's very refreshing. It's very refreshing to know that I am not alone here, okay? Um, First and foremost, please don't worry, okay? There are ways that you can transmute this time, all right? Um, I feel like we already kind of knew, if you on my frequency, we already kind of knew that something like this was going to happen. Um, so I feel like, of course, the world is doing its cleanse to the point, and I have to really sit and think about this because literally the whole system is coming to a halt or standstill. Anytime they block the flow of their own money, that's how you know. I know people say like it's a man-made. I don't think it's a man-made. I think this is just like divinely orchestrated because humanity spends so much time externally, right? A lot of people spend so much time invested in their jobs, invested in their schooling. They don't really take the time to come within. So I really think spirit is really generous with this energy to force people to sit down and do some shadow work and do some internalization before you know shit start to progress and everybody really start to basically spirit is forcing everybody to get their shit together, okay? And even with this quarantine where everybody being on lockdown and stuff, this is very it's almost essential. It's very essential. So I feel like this was like not the last chance, but this is like a chance for everybody to get their shit together, okay? Especially on the internal world, right? And yeah, you usually gotta just really just know who you are at this point. Like it's basic shit. Like I really want to get really too deep into it, but if you've been watching me for a while, you already know the point I come to. The Really what my messages are trying to convey. Really, I teach people. That's how I nurture. My nurturing style is to teach people to believe in themselves and to rely on themselves. This is just the aspect of me. There are other teachers, there are other people who do what I do, but they do a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? But my main purpose, my main goal is to teach you how to rely on yourself, to teach you to do the inner healing, right? And mind you, and this is another message I wanted to convey. If you feel like you haven't really done anything, since the new year for 2020, please don't feel bad because the new year has really just started. You know, Aries season started on the 21st, on the 20th, and you know, Aries season is the real calendar, not January, right? Because it's springtime. That's when things come alive. So if you feel like you haven't really been doing anything, it's okay. Now, especially moving out of Pisces season, Pisces has a lot to do with the subconscious rest, connecting to uh, the unseen, connecting to the subconscious, right? So a lot of Pisces energy has a lot to do with just flowing and just going with the flow, okay? And so now that we're moving out that time, if you and I feel like that's why a lot of this stuff is happening too, to reflect Pisces season. You know, they issue quarantine during Pisces season, and Pisces season is about seclusion, isolation. It's about the 12th house. So that kind of energy was, I kind of see how that played out too. And then in regards to now that it's Aries season, it's just not gonna last that long. I just think it's just a pause period for a lot of people to come to the understanding that they need to come to the understanding. Now, a lot of people just pissing away this time. You can figure out ways to make money from home. That's what I've been doing. You can find out what you're passionate about during this time. You can transmute this. It's not even a bad time. This is a wonderful time. Like even at my job, like my schedule is cut in half. Okay, so I have a lot of free time on my hands. So this is a really really good time. And if you identify yourself as a God, as Christ, as the divine being that you are, you should already know what time it is. You should honestly, like Bobby Hemming used to say, he was just like, with the end of the world, you should be rejoicing because it's a new world. I feel like, and then I want to start getting to this tarot too. So one of the cards I pulled the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, so the Hierophant upright, you know, represents structures, institutions, traditions, and things like that, right? So think about our natural, traditional what do you want to call that, systems that we've been interacting with every day, with the education system, with the work system, with the bank system. You know, all of these collective things make our reality. You know, it's like it's the matrix. It's really like a program that sends messages to the mind that makes it real. It's really all these institutions that make themselves real, that assert their own power, through media, through education, things like that, right? With it being in reverse, I feel like this is just a time to be breaking the traditions, or like the traditions being on a hold or standstill, or this can also represent questioning traditions. And I feel like that's what a lot of people is doing now. A lot of people seeing from this quarantine like, hey, you know, what the fuck is really going on? Like the government can really just tell us, you know, to sit down. So I really feel like this is, it's like very necessary. This is very necessary because I didn't think that, you know, I call them the zombies, you know, the regular people, you know, the people that be in GTA. I didn't think they would actually sit down and think. Some of them are reevaluating their whole lives. Not in the sense to get here where, you know, where we are, you know who I'm talking to, but he's just thinking outside the box because now the planet Earth is behind. I keep telling y'all that Earth is very behind in having intelligent life on it, or having an ascension process, or living in the heart chakra in the fifth dimension. So now the Earth is really forcing everybody like, listen, I love y'all. I'm giving y'all unconditional love. I let you, you know, I give you security to live on this planet, but some things got to change, and the earth is forcing people to change, right? So it's forcing people to level up, whether it's mentally, spiritually. It's forcing. And what I realized about humanity don't like to hear things that they need to hear, but they probably should be hearing. Okay. I noticed that a lot of people. A lot of people don't like to face themselves. They're their own worst. Literally, they're their own worst enemy. Okay, so when it comes to doing shadow work, that's why people get distracted with technology and things like that, because it allows them not to read and register their thoughts. Okay, and this is what this time is calling people to do. So, like I said, if you're a healer, teacher, spiritual, whatever you want to call yourself, a divine being who has a divine gift, now is your time. Okay, only because we're making the transition from being in the old world and the old paradigms, because especially if you, what am I think I'm generation Y, especially if you generation Y, like born between the 90s and maybe late 90s, our parents tried to raise us in a world that no longer exists. Like that shit don't exist no more. Like the things that my mom tried, I know she does it on her best. Like our parents teach us what they can, but it's just like now the whole their sense of the world is crumbling before them, and we are the inhabitants of the new world, or the leaders of the new world. Does that make sense? So I know Sister Mara, she used to say, Sister Mara is a spiritual teacher. Masterly Foolish has a lot of her videos on there, so y'all can check her out. But she says that a lot of the things that we used to do before, we can no longer do, and vice versa. A lot of the things that you can do now, you couldn't do back then. So really, everything that you have wanted to do now is like the favorite time for you. So if you want, like for example, use this time, like I said, to establish a business, buy some stock. I bought some stocks because I know when shit start popping back up again, it's gonna be popping. So I bought some Disney stock. I bought a whole bunch of stock. You know, like I bought a decent amount enough. So it's just little things like that. It's just learning to transmute, and so you have to not like if you've been really doing the work and really doing your studies and really listening to Panic and Bobby, now it's like a test to see have you been implementing that instead of just saying that, instead of just watching this shit for entertainment. That's why Bobby Him used to say, don't use consciousness for entertainment, because it's not for entertainment purposes. It's actually now it's for survival. Okay, it's really about shifting your vibration. Okay, and the ancestors, we are returning. You know what I'm saying? Like melanated people are reclaiming this world. Like I said, are we gonna get Africa back? No, probably not. But it's more of a solo journey. Okay, it's like I can't even explain it. It's so powerful. It's more like a I don't even want to say ascension because that sounds crazy. That sounds corny as hell. I don't want to say that shit, but it's more like a you rising to you coming back to your throne. Let me say that, and whatever that looks like to you will be for you. And even me seeing what's going on, me having like downloads and premonitions and stuff. I'm like, wow, the life that I thought I wanted. Um, I don't even think like how the world is going right now, it won't even be like there to support it, like the dream that I thought that I wanted. So now I'm like reevaluating what I want. Okay, like I said, don't think just because it's March, oh it's 2020, I haven't done anything yet. That's okay. That's okay because the real new year started on the spring equinox, which is what's today, like 23rd or something, which was like the 21st or the 20th. Okay, so it's okay. Okay, it's okay. Just know that Pisces season is really made to just be lost in the sauce. Pisces season is made for um basically doing a review for the last 365 days. Okay, and then when Aries season comes, because Aries is represented by the Fool in the tarot, and the Fool in the tarot is the number 0. Okay, when you look at the major arcana in tarot, it is the story of the Fool's journey. Okay, I am going to do a video on that, but that's how you can really understand tarot, by looking at the Fool. The Fool is represented by Aries, and is also represented by the Emperor in the tarot. Okay, so we really restarting at 0 planning. Okay, it's your planning stage, because I got the 2 of Wands here. Right, the 2 of Wands represents like, okay, the world's in my hands, I'm trying to figure out where to go next. But it's in reverse though, because I asked a message for the collective, and I think everybody's just reevaluating their plans when shit get back up. Okay, so I understand that this time is a very, very, very divine time. Okay, you need to really use this reclusion to give birth to something new. So when this comes back up, when everything's up and running, you need to come back anew. You need to at least have an epiphany, have a business idea, have something that you can influence the new world. And I thought about this too. I had a download that because they're pulling so much money out the air, because federal currency is just promissory notes. The government and the U.S. Treasury are 2 separate entities, right? So the U.S. Treasury They're not a part of the government. They're their own separate entity, and that's a powerful, powerful thing. Think about the person who runs the U.S. Treasury. They can really do everything because they has the government out of the balls. So the executive branch, the judicial branch, and the what's the other branch with the Senate and stuff, they get their money from the Department of Treasury. Okay, so when the Department of Treasury, when the government comes to the Department of Treasury and asks for a loan, they're not much. Currency isn't really backed by anything but promissory note. A promissory note is just it's like a check. It's like okay, and numbers is digital now, so really they just pulling numbers out of thin air. But the U.S. Treasury is keeping tabs of that. Like, okay, you didn't withdraw 30 million. Okay, here's a promissory note saying that you owe 30 million. And this is why they issue you birth certificates too, because your birth certificate is sent to the Department of Treasury because when you're born, your birth certificate is like you're like a deed to the government. That's what they give you. That's why they give you social security card numbers and cards and stuff, because that's like your number. You're like a promissory note to the government being registered to the Treasury. Like, listen, we're going to use this person to pay back our loans, right? So that's why most of your schooling is based on you just working for the government to help them pay back their loans. That's why they take out taxes. That's why they offer you loans and credit cards and shit, because they're not when the government gives you loans, it's not backed by anything. When you get a credit card and you have a $500 limit, $1,000 limit, it's not backed by anything. So the more you use it, the more you're in debt to the government, and the more you pay the government back, the more they can pay the Department of Treasury back, who they can own, who they owe, right? So, and with all this shit, with all the Treasury, that's more debt for the government. And my thing is, the system kind of behind me right now. Nobody's really working. Nobody's really getting any rent. It's like, it's like a domino effect. So it's like, I feel like eventually, this is why they're trying to make Bitcoin. I have to think about that too. They trying to make Bitcoin like the new currency, because the paper currency means nothing. So now that they pulling out all this money out of fucking thin air, it's just like, that's more debt for the country, which means they gonna be raising shit, capitalism. They gonna be, taxing, upscaling prices and things like that, which is probably going to cause some type of recession. Okay, it's going to be like 2008, I'm not sure, but it's probably going to cause some recession, right? So the main goal is, especially in this time, is to have at least some form of income. It could be small or large, that the Federal Reserve cannot touch. You know what I'm saying? So this is why like I said, everybody's encouraged in just like the age of new business, like getting a business online. When we're in the age of Aquarius now, Aquarius deals with technology, right? So we're living in a world now where you don't even have to go in and punch in a clock to make money. You can just do it from your phone. You can make money from your phone. You know how that's unheard of. You see what I'm saying? Like the things that you used to can do, like you used to can't do, you can do now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about that, like understanding and using your training with watching your Bobby Hemmett, watching your panic, with doing your chakra work and all this stuff. This is your test, okay? And your time is right now. All right, that's all I really want y'all to know. Your time is now. So I don't want y'all talking about, oh, I'm so scared. If you're scared and you call yourself a god, a divine being, you really need to reevaluate yourself. Because like I said, corona is the spectrum of light from the sun. Okay, if you was to look up the word, if you look up the Webster dictionary for the word corona, it literally says a spectrum of light from the sun. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but a spectrum of light from the sun during an eclipse. And the second definition is has to do with crowning, a crown, children of the sun. And like I explained in my breakdown on Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter, you know it. But if you follow me on Instagram, I posted there too. My Instagram is shy_the_Gemini. You see I posted it on there too. And you already know sunlight. I did a video on this. Sunlight is melanin. Okay, so once the what do you call that? The light spectrum, the electromagnetic spectrum, once it starts to vibrate higher towards gamma rays, which are the color, which is like the color blue, the highest vibration. That's the color of your crown chakra, right? So once melanin, those gamma rays start to vibrate high, they condense into gamma rays, and them gamma rays condense into photons, and the photons condense into physical carbon melanin at least on this planet, right? So yeah, but like I said, I did mention before, you know what's crazy? Before black people started to get the corona, I did say that some will get it, just how some niggas get melanin. And you know what's crazy too? I just thought about this. A lot of people are freaking out about the coronavirus, but like 100,000 people this year are going to get diagnosed with skin cancer faster than the coronavirus. And you can look this shit up on cancer, the American Cancer Society. Type in melanoma statistics and they're outrageous. So that's how I'm saying, like, how the fuck y'all worry about the coronavirus where when melanoma statistics are skyrocketing, like at least 60,000 people or 40, it's like 40 to 60,000 people. I don't have the paperwork with me right now, but y'all can look this shit up yourself, and I'll guarantee you it's in conjunction of what I'm saying. Like like about 60,000 people will probably die, will die from melanoma, but nobody's talking about that. Like, and so when you actually do your own research, especially with the numbers that they're giving for the coronavirus, you know it's over 7 billion people on the planet. You know the numbers they spitting out, it's less than 1% of the human population. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, why are we doing this? Like, do you know? And I don't think people are really doing research to get the bigger picture, to do the numbers. Because like I said, when you're doing this science, when you differentiate it between physical and the reality, you have to have both the left brain, the logical thinking, the practical thinking, with the right brain, with the creativity, with the spiritual nature, right? It's like your masculine, your physical, your feminine. That's how you access the different dimension and get to the heart, right? So I don't know, all this shit crumbling down. And I told y'all that was my first video I made too, about how the matrix is falling. I didn't necessarily know how it was gonna happen, but I'm starting to see it. It don't mean like the world end is gonna be some catastrophic weather phenomenon. No, it doesn't mean that. It's just like the old world that you once knew is falling apart. The world that you got trained to participate in middle school, high school, and in college, that shit is falling apart. That's why I'm glad I didn't finish school. I'm so glad I didn't finish school. I was devastated that I didn't finish college. I was like depressed for like 2 years. But me looking at shit now, I'm just like, okay, I see why I didn't go to college. And I'm happy that I did not go, okay? Considering the fact that college is that field. Even though college is a tool that you can use in the matrix. It's like credentials. It's like, you know, it's like when you playing Grand Theft Auto, right? You dress your character up, you know, certain mission that you gotta do, you gotta buy a suit and shit, and then you gotta buy a special car for the type of mission that you do in Grand Theft Auto. That's life, right? So you have to, when you make your ego, that's your persona that you make in the matrix. But when you're alone and internal trying to get to the spiritual, they're two different people. Now the thing is, can you merge them together? Can you know how to switch it on and off? Mutable signs, Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Virgo, we have an excellent time of doing this. Okay, we are very mutable. We're chameleons, so we have really good balance in doing this. Okay, but other people can do it too. So I'm starting to see how I do it, because you know I'm a Gemini, so Gemini is mutable. It's mutable air, right? Air is already flexible enough, but imagine mutable air. Come on now. So that's it. Yeah, now is your time. Okay, get ready to claim your throne. If you really feel scared, and if you really genuinely feel scared, then that means you need to continue to do some work. Because we get to the point now, just like, if you know, you know. Maybe, I know everybody wakes up at their own time, but my thing is, if you know by now, you know. You should know. Okay? Like, you know, and I don't have time to come down here to teach people no more. I don't. Like, at least meet me here in the fourth dimension. I don't feel like trying to bring somebody up from the third dimension up. It's exhausting, and it's draining. And it's not that I don't feel like, and it's like, don't feel bad you need humility. I'm learning this too because I've been watching a lot of Dragon Ball Z. And Goku, you got Goku and Vegeta, right? The most powerful warriors in the universe. But Goku, Vegeta had the potential to be stronger than Goku. Had the potential. Trained by Frieza, trained by the Saiyans, everything. His willpower is really, really strong. But the difference between Goku and Vegeta, Goku has a pure heart. And when you have a pure heart, that's when you do shit. Like you can move shit. So I'm learning that with power, you don't have to come off as being an asshole or dickheadish when you're powerful. You know what I'm saying? You can be innocent and childlike. But like I said, it's just a balance which Goku has. Goku has that balance of, he's very childlike, he's very innocent, he's very good hearted. Um, Sometimes that good heartedness get him fucked up though. That's why I feel like him and Vegeta was there. But in saying that, this is where I'm bringing it to the polarity of Vegeta. Even though Vegeta is very powerful, he was very arrogant about it. He knew his power. He knew how to show mercy, how to not. Eventually, he knew how to show mercy, but he was very not into showing mercy. But what I do appreciate about Vegeta is his humility. Okay, sometimes his little lack of humility. Sometimes, so I'm saying that to say, don't feel like it's wrong not to have humility, but give yourself credit. That's what I want to say. So understand that you are powerful, you are a being, you know more than what the average person knows. And like sometimes, in my opinion, because I know I'm not moral, sometimes humility or being humble is kind of overrated. But this does not mean, to usurp somebody else's power and give your own. If you know you the shit, be the shit. If you know, like, act God, like God being God, like it's not about being a arrogant ass. It's just about, okay, I know that this being is vibrating very lower than me. I know that this being is below me, but I'm not gonna treat them that way. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, you're like, dang, I really have better skills than you. I'm the shit. Maybe because this is just my Leo, and I have a lot of fire in my chart, so I'm gonna give myself credit and praise. Do I just go around, looking down on people? No, I don't. So don't feel like you have to, especially in this time now. Don't feel like you have to be humble and be a fucking monk and be peaceful all the motherfucking time. If you know you the shit, if you know you a god, mold yourself into the type of entity that you want you to be, okay? And that requires internal work, and it's never ending. It's never ever ever ending. I'm thinking like I had a transformation. I healed from it like early February. I'm thinking like I'm good. I know who I am now. Then something else happened and kind of made me reevaluate some things. So it's an ever-ending process, and it's a process of facing yourself. And like I said, a lot of people, I was doing tarot readings on people in person because I'm getting better at my tarot. And I could tell tarot is not for if you trying to hide some shit. Tarot will tell you shit up front, okay? If you got some shit buried in your subconscious that's uncomfortable to you, tarot's gonna make you face it, especially due to the reader. And I think I'm already very probing in the conscious mind. I can do psychology on people too. So that's one of the gifts of mine. I had clear cognizance, so I just know, okay? But yeah, it's just all about just continue to do the work. I feel like this is redundant what people like me are saying. Contra Queen saying, Bobby Hemmett saying, and other teachers y'all be, vibing with. It's the same thing. Okay, work on that crown chakra. Right now it's a test. Okay, all the spiritual work that you've been doing, can you separate that and can you not look at the physical? That doesn't mean be in denial of the physical. Now, don't be in denial about the physical, honey. But it's just like understanding, okay, am I going to have that groundedness? Am I going to let because I thought about it. I'm like, and this is where my crown chakra kicked in. I'm just like, listen, I've been reincarnated so many times. I'm a very powerful entity. I don't think, am I going to let some outside circumstances in my life when I have more things I need to do on this planet? No. So it's just about that. I have a lot of willpower. Like my solar plexus is very strong. So it's just aligning that, but you have to figure out how it works for you. Just figure out how it works for you, okay? So, like I said, happy new year, real new year. And yeah, now's the time to get your planning. If you haven't been planning, for anything that you want to manifest since January, February, or early March is okay. Like I said, I wasn't even in the real new year. The real new year started now. It is now, okay? Because it's springtime. The spring equinox already occurred, okay? So we're kind of closing out that portal now, but it's still open. But yeah, I don't think I miss anything. So yeah, right now it's hermit mode time. It's time for you to replan, redesign what you really want to do, and transmute that shit. It's time for you to test. Are you who you say you are? That is a real question. So that is my spiel. That's all I have for right now. Like I said, I have a lot of other stuff that I've been downloading right now. I'm just letting it flow. Okay. I'm gonna look at your questions. And if y'all got questions, ask me questions. I mean, if I don't know it, I don't know it. But 9 out of 10, I do know it. So, change y'all diets too. Before all this happened, before all this quarantine stuff happened, I got a message 2 weeks ago telling me to fast. I started to change my diet. So I really been, because I'm trying to get back to how I was in 2018. 2018, I was like I didn't really eat meat. And I was fasting and drinking a lot of water. Yeah, before all this popped off, like literally 3 weeks ago, something told me you need to start fasting. Because I was eating everything, honey. I was eating crab legs, pasta. I got Taurus in my chart. Taurus love to eat. We love to eat. We love food. Okay, we love comforts and pleasures. But I started to fast, and my mentor, she helped me progress in my spiritual diet. So, because she's been vegan for a while now, and she looks great. Okay, even when you vibrating high, your face starts to you look healthier. It'll reflect on your body too. So also, this is a time to really start fasting, cut back on. Like, I don't even have an appetite like I used to, and I started to slim down in my tummy. But the only thing about slimming down in my tummy is I lose the booty too. Okay, so that's just the only thing. Yeah, that's all right. I still look good. Now's the time for you to be who you say you are. Now's the time to be yeah, it is. Now's the time. And I feel like we all saying the same thing, because I listened to Conjure Queen a few days ago. And Conjure Queen, she was saying all the stuff that I was saying, or I was thinking. Fast for how long? You'll know. To me, it's just like I fasted for I started my fast for 3 days. I had nothing but spring water for 3 days. And even then, after that 3 days, it's just I like the way I felt. So I wanted to keep that momentum. So, of course I ate, but I'll eat, for example, let's say I ate at 7 a.m. in the morning. I wouldn't eat again till probably 6. And probably don't eat again until the next day. I try not to eat till over 7 p.m. But if I can, I just snack on something. I just snack on some apples. I had a veggie wrap yesterday. I was snacking during the night. Or I had some chips, some keto chips. That says the non-GMO on this thing. So, really, it's just that's a personal journey to your own self. How long do you feel like you need to fast? So personally, I did it for 3 days. Like I said, I had nothing but spring water. I was just drinking gallons of spring water for 3 days straight. I drink water anyway, especially spring water anyway. I don't really drink pop. All I drink is spring water and alcohol. I'll have champagne and wine. That's pretty much it. I don't really drink hard liquor like that. So really, that's it. But yeah, y'all got it. Yeah, I really just want to come with this message. Everything is gonna be okay. Okay. You need to be in your own world. You need to conduct your own reality right now. That's all it is. Now the time to prove to yourself, are you who you say you are? Have you been watching shit because it's entertaining instead of just taking it to heart and actually doing the motherfucking work? Have you? Like I said, 2020 is not playing, honey. 2020 is making sure humanity gets it, okay? And that's why I feel like why Kobe died too. And I didn't tell y'all that, but I had a vision of Kobe passing early December. I thought I was just tripping. I thought, I thought I was just, I don't know what I thought I was doing. But yeah, I had a vision of him passing in December. And like I said, I thought I was just thinking. I'm like, why would I think that? That's so random. And then when it actually happened, I felt a little guilty at first because I'm like, dang, I feel like I like thought that into existence because I can do that now. Um, but it ended up happening. But me having an understanding of it, Kobe was meant to shift the timeline. He was like, now it's other deeper things. He was suing some medical company because they was putting something in his drink and using his brain. Okay, I get that. Okay, cool. That's the practical aspect of it, but I'm viewing like the spiritual aspect of it. I feel like Kobe was meant to shift the timeline because think how many people um grew up with Kobe in their lives. Imagine you having this one basketball star, you playing NBA Live from 2002 and 2K15 and so on and so forth, and this one player is always here. He's always there in your life, but then he snatched away. So it's just like whoa, like you snatching away that attachment, that familiarity to humanity, and that's to get humanity to be like, um, I really feel like he was meant to change the timeline. So I appreciate his sacrifice. He's good, I'm sure, because he ain't got to worry about the shit no more. Because when I'm ready to go, honey, I'll be ready to go. Okay? Death don't scare me. Death is actually sounds very pleasurable. It just depends how I go. I just hope it's just quick and easy and not like painful. Yeah, I don't feel bad about that. Girl, I watch Love and Hip Hop too. Especially, they showed Atlanta yesterday, so I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out a way to watch it. But yeah, it's just about balance. You're in the human body, so don't be feeling bad about watching Love and Hip Hop. Girl, I'll be watching my little, human shit too. I'll be having some human entertainment too. Like, I'll be watching that Atlanta Housewives. I watch that a lot. So it's okay. It's just having balance. You just like know when to engage and disengage. You know what I'm saying? Knowing you obviously know it's ain't real reality TV. It's just entertainment. You hear in the body. You might as well enjoy it, whatever that looks like to you. So that's it. Don't feel bad, girl. Um, but if there are more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle. Like I said, my new email, y'all, I'm posted in my thing, my description box. My new email is shygym524 at gmail.com. Um, so uh, I'm born on October 9th, so I definitely balance some things out. Yeah, Libra. October 9th is the month of Libra. Is it Libra? Yes, Libra. It's Libra. So I got you, baby. But I feel like I'm missing something. Um, my IG is shy the Gemini underscore. So, and like I said, I did like a whole corona breakdown. It's like my second post, second or third post. It's like from Twitter that I did. You'll see my Twitter name on there too. Um, but yeah, just know everything will be okay. Okay, just y'all need to figure out how to transmute this. Like I said, I know I ain't perfect. I ain't figured it all out, but I ain't. I'm very calm. I mean, why wouldn't anime be okay to watch? Like, yeah, anime is okay. Anime is like the best thing that you can watch. Like you heard me say earlier, I've been watching Dragon Ball Z from the beginning. Like I watch a lot of anime now. Especially I use it as a coping mechanism too. No, it's nothing. Okay, it's nothing wrong with participating in earthly shit. Like you can smoke weed, you can do cocaine, you can drink, you can um have sex. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You can turn up in a section at the club, popping bottles, throwing ones on bitches. You can do all of that. Okay, it's just having balance. Not having balance, like that's not a bad thing to do. It's just make sure you don't, because too much of anything on each polarity is bad. So if you partying too much, the or vibration, and then now you're spending money, you're having unhealthy habits and stuff, and it's really getting you away from the spirit world. But if you're too spiritual, you know what I'm saying, you may to get to enjoy pleasures. You may try to be so self-righteous that you just miss out on having fun. I mean, you're in the body. Enjoy the body. Like, my thing is, if I'm in, the body's a prison. If I'm in prison, I'm gonna fucking enjoy prison. Like, I be doing stuff that I shouldn't be doing, but I do it, well, what society says that you shouldn't do. But, you know, I'm a rebel. Y'all should know, like, you know, we rebels here, obviously. But no, it's nothing like, it's nothing wrong with having a human experience. You're gonna watch low vibrational shit. Sometimes low vibrational shit is entertaining. Sometimes I don't feel like being a monk. Sometimes I wanna be ratchet. I wanna throw this ass in a circle. Sometimes I just wanna do that. It's all about balance. Okay. Um well, yeah, all anime you should observe the occultic perspective from it. So that just is what it is. I'm so serious, Sean. Like, seriously. Like, sometimes you just want to throw this ass. Like, so it's just a balance. Don't be feeling bad for being human, girl. You human. And even in the human experience, if you black, you are the reflection of God. So even in your flesh, you are God, because we have the most agile bodies. We have the most powerful bodies. Did you know that one? Did you know that a black person vibrating in the lowest level, I'm talking about stuck in the root chakra, did you know that one black person has the auric range? I made that word up. When I mean auric range, like, you can detect somebody's aura from 2 miles away. So somebody who's vibrating low and who is in a melanated body, they have the aura power of at least 2 miles. It takes about 8 white people to meet that range. So even in the physical, you are the God body. Okay. I know I'm not really being too scientific right now, because I like to do science with my shit. But I ain't feeling too sciencey at the moment. But yeah, even in your physical body, you have the most durable vessel out of all the people here. We're the most resistant to the sun. We're the most agile. Um, our bodies are more flexible. We age more gracefully. We look good. We dance better. We move better. We smell different. Like, it's just we feel different. So, hey, I'm glad to be here, honey. Um, but yeah, so yeah, you just know who you be. You really have to know who you are on all levels, physical and material. I mean, physical and spiritual. The physical work would be like, oh, that's sort of was a part of my journey. The physical me, getting to know me. At the physical me, I had to go through my Hotep phase, so I had to really get to my root chakra and learn who I was on the physical level. I started to watch Hidden Colors. I started to, that's when I, was fucking with Young Pharaoh heavy, even though, that ruling the world, and how we created math and sciences and all this other shit, and all that shit is hidden through the history. But the deeper that you dig, the more black it's going to be, right? So, and then from there, I had to realize, okay, learning about black shit all day ain't the end all be all. It has to be something else to the soul. So that's when I found Masterly Foolish. That's when I started to watch about a lot of Bobby, and especially Pan. But yeah, Pan really elevated who I was. I don't know why I don't like that. Some fucking spam has been calling my shit for days. I don't know what you want from me, but you ain't gonna get me. Okay. Um, but yeah, just know yourself. But everything gonna be okay, y'all. This shit ends soon. When, I don't know. Personally, I'm enjoying my time as it is. It's allowing me to really think and do a lot of internal work, a lot of shadow work, and I appreciate it, because I've been getting through some blocks, and I'm becoming the person that I'm meant to come. I'm elevating still. As much as I break down mental blocks, I'm elevating. I'm elevating. I'm elevating. I'm elevating. So I can be mad at that. But yeah, understand who you are. Know your power. Work on that crown chakra. I can't tell you how to do the work for you, because I am not you. Okay. But I can try. So, if y'all want a consultation, because I can do that too. Like, I have the spiritual ability to, like, I can, like, do tarot without pulling cards. So, if you want some help with clearing, hit my email, or a reading. We ain't got nothing but time. But if that's something that you want to do, please hit my email. Um, Plus, I really want to reach out to people. I'm like done being in my hermit mode where I don't really respond to people. So I think now that's my calling. It's just like stop being in your shell and come out, you know. So that's it. But my new email is shygem GEM SHYGEM524 @gmail.com. And my Instagram is shy the Gemini _ and you'll see me. But with that being said, I love y'all. I'm about to end the video. I hope y'all got something from this. I hope I wasn't just talking in vain. But yeah, I just decided to do this video to show my face and be sporadic. So I hope y'all got something from it. And I love y'all. I will see y'all on the flip side.